And welcome back to another Kentucky Magazine, Icn6. You talk about a sense of humor. You gotta have one if you're a teacher, and even more if you're a school bus driver. This gentleman was both. We're joined by Jerry Harwood, who was a teacher in Boone County, and you just retired 2001?
Uh-huh.
Where did you teach, Jerry?
I started off from an elementary, and then I retired from Collins Elementary.
Mm-hmm. All right, all those years teaching what grade level and what subject?
Well, 5th grade, 6th grade,
uh-huh.
and self-contained classroom, which is everything.
Everything.
Science, my BA's in social studies,
mm-hmm.
and government.
Uh-huh. Wow. So I'm thinking through the years, the kids would laugh at your corny jokes and you thought, oh yeah, this works.
Yeah.
I can kind of maintain some order here if I keep them laughing.
Right. Well, see, you know, when I started teaching, I just didn't want to be the kind of teacher that was always frowning.
Yes.
So I tried to make it fun for everybody, including me.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So, and then, you know, we've been joking for all those years, and then I thought, well, you know, I should write these down.
Yeah, definitely. And so you did. I saw 2 manuals outside and a PowerPoint, and you certainly have gone to town. You've got jokes about just about anything, from snowmen to animals to Halloween, for every different occasion. Did the kids give you these jokes? I mean, did they lay these jokes on you and try them out on you?
Well, kids love to joke, you know. But, you know, kindergartners love to joke, but they don't know how yet. And so joking is a pretty sophisticated thing, you know. And they're always looking for funny jokes. And so when we're passing a snowman or when we're passing a duck pond, sometimes we think of funny things, write them down. Draw a picture later, you know.
And there are so many pictures in here that just really reflect exactly what you're writing about, whether it be the snowman or a locomotive or a ghost or, you know, anything like that. So kids can not only get and steal your jokes, but they can crayon and just color in here with their color markers.
Right. One teacher at St. Paul's told me that she has this on her bookcase. And like one of the kids took it down and looked at it, and he saw that a picture was colored. And he said, somebody colored this picture. And she said, well, you can too. You can color it and then sign your name. You know, so you know, something like this is usable in many ways. And like, since kids are always looking for funny jokes, and you have to read the joke, maybe this could help a poor reader become a better student.
Well, and there are things, little mind tricks in here, too. I love these state jokes because as a social studies teacher, I'm sure this is what would help your class learn about the state. You know, how did the state of Mississippi get its name? Mr. Sippy took a wife and she became known as Mississippi. I mean, you know, just silly little things like that that will click with kids and they'll say, oh, Mississippi, that's right down there. Or, you know, and so you can subliminally teach through some of these jokes.
And some of the state jokes, you know, when I started teaching at Ackerman, I started with the 6th grade, which is a very good grade in an elementary school to be the top grade. And we would send letters to different states to find out what their favorite meal was and their flour and things like that. And so some of these jokes, like, maybe I've kept for years. You know, you know, and
the old jokes are always the best.
Yeah, and you know, the title of it. Well, you know, see, the kids on the school bus really are probably the most inspiring kids because, you know.
Okay, so do you do this over the loudspeaker? You take that little.
Kids,
what is the?
I have told that joke like that. You know, yeah.
Especially if they get too rowdy to try to get their attention to settle them down.
They never get rowdy.
Oh, what kind of school bus do you drive? You are joking now.
There you go. Well, you know, but the thing about kids is, like when you're around kids, funny things are always happening. And that's how a joke book comes about. But, you know, when you're around kids, I mean, the fresh way they interpret life's events kind of help to inspire somebody like me. And, you know, when I get on that bus in the morning with those kids, that's freshness, you know, the way they look at things, it just kind of helps to lift you up and make you feel better. So I like being there.
I see a lot of education in some of your jokes. I know it doesn't seem possible, but like, what do you call a meat that doesn't work? A meat loafer. And as silly as that sounds, you've defined the word loafer by the meat that doesn't work. So, I mean, kids learn a lesson from that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's great. I think that's really good.
Yeah.
Do you do a lot of speaking to schools and to
I have a presentation. I have a overhead projector and transparencies, and I'll put some of these things up and then talk about how I drew the pictures,
right,
how the jokes were made up, and,
sure,
and I made a website,
okay,
and that was my first website. It's a jokebookforkids.com.
Alrighty.
And I didn't know how to do that. And so this
So you're
book,
still learning.
That's right. I mean, I'm learning things every day.
I bet you
I mean, I put it in a vinyl binder, the first thing, and it took me a couple years to do it. And then when I sent it to the publisher, it took them about a year to make it look like that.
All right.
And then the website, and going to schools and telling kids about the book. And when I was at Florence Elementary, I generally see them from first grade to fifth.
Sure.
And I'd put one of those pictures up on the overhead projector, like the first graders would just burst out laughing.
Yeah.
With nothing being said. So I guess they figured they were supposed to laugh.
Well, there's humor for every level, whether it be first grade all the way through all the grades, and you can not only learn these jokes and retell them to your family, but you can color them as well. Thank you, Jerry. So nice to meet you, and best of luck. His website, ajokebookforkids.com. We'll be back with more on Northern Kentucky Magazine on ICN6.